What an amazing day it is. It's a great day to be alive. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in our world and in our nation. But guess what? God is still good. He's on the throne. You're living, you're breathing. It's a good reason to be thankful today. I am grateful today for you. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for love. I'm grateful for health. And I'm grateful for our amazing country that we get to live in. So I would just want to invite you, if you're out there today, just chime in on the chat. Let me know you're here, and I'll give you a shout back. So what an amazing day. We're talking about living out loud, okay? And let's talk again. Let's review. What does living out loud mean? Living out loud means, one, discovering who God created you to be, your unique abilities, your unique giftings, talents, the seeds of talents and things that haven't been developed in you yet and haven't been released and come to born fruit yet. And knowing what you're supposed to do in this season in your life. Okay, so, oh, hi, there is Mom. Hey, Mom. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in today. So, now here's what living out loud is not. Living out loud is not about pride or arrogance or being a jerk or running over people. So when I say live out loud, what I don't mean is just go crazy. What I mean when I say live out loud is become and bloom and do what you're supposed to do. But it's hard to do what you're supposed to do if you don't know what you're created for. And too many times we just go through the motions. And it's so easy just to go through the motions and get caught up in the daily whirlwind, the busyness of life, without actually having a reality check. Is this what I'm made for? Is this what I'm good at? What are the things that I am made for that I haven't developed yet? And I bet that you have dreams, visions, desires, hopes that aren't quite yet fully realized, and gosh, maybe they're not even birthed yet. When's it going to happen? What are you waiting on? Who are you waiting on? Are you waiting on something else, or are you waiting on God, or what? You waiting on someone to discover you while you hide in your closet? No, don't do that. It's time. It's time to let it happen, to let it unleash. Take the next step. So I've touched on this before, but so many times I feel like it's easy for the idea of trusting in God, of waiting on the Lord, to turn into something else. And it could, when I say turn into something else, it could be, it could turn into procrastination. It could turn into laziness. It could turn into excuses for not getting going. And we've got to smash that mindset, and we've got to start. We may scrape our knee. We may look stupid. We may fall down. We may bump our head. We may get embarrassed. We may get made fun of. We may fail. We may fail gloriously. But the only way to get better is to get going. We've got to get going. And what is that in your life? What is that in your life? As Christians, we put our trust, our hope in the Lord, without a doubt. Without a doubt. My trust is in the Lord. But if I don't do my part, it's like an abdication of responsibility, a dereliction of duty. I have to do my part. And why would I keep asking God for this and this and that when God says, I've already given you everything it takes. I've given you the power, I've given you the authority, I've given you the brains, the thinking, whatever it is. There's a good chance that everything you need, God's already given to you. So what are you waiting on? That can apply to so many areas of your life. Now, I also want to say this. I am not suggesting that you go out and do something reckless without without proper contemplation, counsel, thought, and prayer. I'm not suggesting that you do any of that. But what I'm saying is I see too many times in the lives of those around me, and guess what? Even the same when I look in the mirror, that there's been too many times when the pendulum swung the other way. And there should have been movement. There should have been action. There should have been initiative. And nothing happens. You have all these thoughts, all these dreams, these ideas, maybe even this purpose and this call that God's given you, but you do nothing with it. And it rots on the vine like fruit. What a waste. What a waste to let your fruit and your life rot on the vine. You have more days to live today than you will tomorrow. Your life is getting shorter every day. I don't care if you're 11 years old or if you're 90 or 100 years old. The bottom line is you still have today, and you still have purpose, you still have calling, you still have value that can be added. What is that? And you may say, Jason, Jason, I'm right on the right path to where I'm supposed to be. And if you are, God bless you, and that's amazing. Stay there, but stay on the right path. But continue to go upward. There's no need to put the brakes on, to let off the gas, to coast. Yeah, of course, we all need a break. We need to recharge. We need to develop. We need to rest. Yes, that's all part of it. And I'm not suggesting that we don't do all of that, okay? But I'm suggesting that we don't just go be a cog in a machine that we're not called to be a part of. Discover who you are. The world needs you. The king's kids should be the finest examples of not just preaching, not just praying. The king's kids should be the finest examples in business, in music, in politics, in art, in science, and keep going. The king's kids should be the best, because think about this. The Holy Spirit lives in us. Well, the Word tells us that the Holy Spirit knows the mind of God, knows the thoughts and the secrets of God. And God decided to put His Spirit inside of us. How amazing is that? How can we have something so amazing and we just keep it bottled up? Keep it bottled up. We've got this light in us that just wants to shine out, but we're going to put a basket over it and we're going to hide it, and we're just going to say, when's it my turn, God? When's it my turn? When's it my turn? No. God's calling you into the fun right now. He's calling you into the work. He's calling you out. Do it. Take action. Take action. It's time to take control of your life. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and what? What's the last one? Come on, self-control. And again, self-control isn't just something where you say, no, I'm not going to eat that, I'm not going to say that, I'm not going to do that. No, self-control is also, I'm going to direct myself. Here's what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take action. I'm going to take personal responsibility, personal accountability. Personal accountability. I want you to develop in your life an allergy to average. Be allergic to average, because you can be awesome. And I know I keep pointing my finger at you, but I'm pointing them at me too. Please understand. You've got to go be the awesome that you were created to be. You've got to do that. Okay, so let's talk about again some other things that might. By the way, shout out to everybody who's watching. Man, please go ahead and just hit me up in the comments. I'll see you there. I can't see you're watching unless you say hi in the comments. One of the things that holds people back from living out loud is their past. Not their past in particular, but their mindset towards their past. And everybody has sinned. Everybody's done a lot of stupid stuff. If you let your past hold you back, what purpose is that? Because I have a question for you. Whatever you may have done, was Jesus enough? Was his blood and his life enough to cover that sin? Yes or no? Because if it was, then why are you still holding on to it and letting it hold you back? Why are you still trying to pay God back for something he already sent his son to pay for? Why are you paying a canceled debt? Why are you trying to pay a canceled debt? Was Jesus good enough? I would suggest the answer is yes. He was good enough. And that's the thing about the gospel. It's called the good news. And sometimes I'm just so overwhelmed by God's goodness. I'm like, God, this is like almost too good to be true. Yeah, it is. It's that good. God can forgive you. God has forgiven you. You have to forgive yourself. You have to let it go. You have to drop it to the bottom of the sea, down to the Mariana Trench, 7 miles down. And you know what? God says he separates that as far as the east is from the west. Well, I don't know about you, but you know, you can measure North Pole to South Pole, but there's no east and west pole. They just keep going in opposite directions. Leave it behind. Cut the weights. Cut the anchors that are holding you back in your life. The past is the past. You have your future. You will not live your purpose and live out loud as awesome as you should if you are still looking at the past. Okay, so I want to share this with you. There is a term called target fixation. Target fixation. You'll know what I mean when I explain it here. Okay. For those of you who ride motorcycles, you're riding a motorcycle, and one of the things they say is, you know, when you're going around a curve or whatever, like, and you're trying not to wreck into the curb or the telephone pole, they say, don't look at it. Don't stare at it. Because the moment your eye gets on it, your body starts to go towards it. Whatever your eyes focus on. So where you focus is where you're going, not where you don't want to go. Okay? Target fixation is when you focus on where you don't want to go and you end up there. You're going to end up in the ditch. You're going to end up hitting the tree. And the same holds true. I don't want you to focus on who you don't want to be. Maybe there was someone in your life, a family member, maybe it's your parents or whoever, a spouse or whatever. Someone has treated you bad and you're like, I never want to be like that person. I am not going to be that kind of person. Okay, that's great. But the problem is you're still focused on something bad, something negative. And guess what that does? That's right. It draws you towards that. Don't focus on who you don't want to be. Focus on who you do want to be, and that's who you are created to be. That's who you need to focus on. So think about that. I want to encourage you. I'm kind of talking with passion today because I'm very passionate about this. Jesus paid for your sins. Keep your eyes moving forward, looking forward, focused forward. Get rid of all the stuff in the peripheral that wants to distract you, and keep your eyes on where you need to go and what you need to do, and develop those talents and those skills in your life. Okay? Do you believe that your best days could yet be ahead? Or do you believe that there could be wonderfully productive years of health, life, joy, and giving ahead? One of my personal goals is I want to live to 100 years old. Do I want to be laid up in a bed at 100 years old? No way. I don't want to be laid up in a bed at 100 years old. I want to be one of those people that's on the news at 100 years old because I'm just doing something amazing. I don't know, like walking a tightrope or running a marathon or something like that. That's what I want to do. One of my personal goals is this. I'm going to turn 50 this year. Yeah, 50. Wow. I used to think 50-year-olds were old. Well, now I feel like a youngster, so I've had to change my mindset a little bit there, be a little less judgy. And so I'm determined that when I turn 50, that I'm going to be in the best physical shape of my adult life. and I'm well on my way to it. And the thing is this, you can do the same thing. It's just a matter of set your eyes on the target, decide who you are, who you're going to be, and whether you decide that or discover that. You can define that how you want to. But go after it. Go after it. Be allergic to average. And, there's something to be said about just act like you have it. Just act like you have it. You want to become a more kind person? Don't keep thinking, I want to become a more kind person. Start thinking, I'm a kind person. Tell yourself, I am a kind person. I express kindness. Say it in the present tense, not the future tense. I am kind. And whatever that, you can substitute kind with anything else you want. Healthy, successful, encouraging, whatever it is. Start saying those things in the present tense and develop, God is the great I am, right? Well, what are your own I am statements? Obviously, you're not the great I am, and neither am I, but you are something. You're what God created you to be. What are you? Are you a leader? I am a great father. I am a great husband. I am a great representative of God. I'm a wonderful boss and leader. How about those things? You tell yourself those things straight for 30, 60, 90 days plus, they're going to become more true in reality every single day. And I'm not just talking about fake it till you make it, but what I'm saying is change your internal image of yourself. Change your internal image of yourself, and you are going to become that, okay? Tell your inner being the way it's going to be. Tell your emotions the way it's going to be. Tell your conscious and subconscious mind, your spirit, your heart, whatever you want to call it. Tell yourself. Look in the mirror. You don't have to look in the mirror, but look in the mirror and say, "This is who I am. This is who I am, and I'm becoming better every day." See yourself as that type of person today, now, not somewhere off in the future. Now, see it now, okay? I want to encourage you with that. Okay, wow, I need a drink of water. Say this with me. Greater success lies ahead. Greater success lies ahead. Do you believe it? So as a man thinks within himself, so he is. Think it. It will act out. Whatever you feel and believe, whatever you believe on the inside is going to come true in your actions, your thoughts, all of that. It's going to eventually, you know what it's like? It's like a tree bearing fruit. Whatever's inside of that tree is going to bear fruit eventually. And whatever you allow to grow inside of you is going to bear fruit out in your life. And you were created, you and I were created to make, to know God and to serve Him, of course. But we are also here to make this world a better place. A better place. And the best way to do that is by knowing who you are and going after it and going and getting it. So, friends, I just want to encourage you. It's June 1st. It's a brand new month. Guess what? May is gone. It's gone. You have some failures in May, leave them behind. Learn from them, leave them behind. Today, right now, is a fresh day. It's a fresh month. You can start over. You don't even have to wait till the first of the month. You can start over any single day you want, any moment you want. God's always there to give you a second chance. So I want to encourage you, and share this video with a friend. My desire here is to encourage you and to inspire you and to see you grow. And I would love to hear your feedback. So send me a message or post it in the chat thread or whatever. I would love to hear from you, and I'd love to connect up with you. But thank you so much for your time today. It's my honor to share with you today. Thank you for your time. And I just want to bless you. Go out there and live out loud. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m.